Hello and welcome to Songkla Rajapat University's MOOC course on English for the Workplace. My name is Gary Linton and today I'll talk to you about numbers, dates and times. In today's video we'll look at how to say different numbers, pronouncing both ordinal and cardinal numbers, the two main types we come across, and how we use them for phone numbers, percentages, fractions, etc. We'll look at how we say dates, both with the British and American formats, where we swap them, and the three main ways you may hear people telling you the time, past, to, with the hours and minutes, and using 24-hour clock. Numbers are something we use all the time, and practicing them means it's something less you have to worry about when using English. So let's start with the two main types of numbers. We have cardinal numbers. This is the numbers we think of when we say numbers. 1, 2, 3. We use them for counting money, for street numbers, addresses, or room numbers. Your telephone number uses cardinal numbers. And for weights and measures, how many miles, how many kilograms, liters, and so on. The other group are ordinal numbers. These are used to tell us about the order that things come in. First, second, third, and so on. So if you're competing in a marathon, then your place, who crosses the finish line in first place or 200th. We also use them to talk about levels, the floors of a building, on the first floor, second floor, and anything else that's layered and comes in levels. The most common use is probably with dates. Today is the 16th, and we say first, second, third. So many times, really only up to 31 we use on a regular basis. And we also use ordinal numbers when we talk about fractions. So many fractions like a third, a sixth, a tenth. We use the ordinal number. I want to start by practicing how we say and pronounce them. In English, you really only need to learn how to say about 30 or 40 words to be able to say any number. So I'm just going to read through these and you can at home practice and copy the sound. 0 or O, the ordinal number, zeroth. We never use zeroth, it's a theoretical number really, but it is out there as a word. 1, first. 2, second. 3, third. 4, fourth. 5, fifth. 6, sixth. 7, seventh. 8, eighth. 9, ninth. 10, tenth. 11, 11th. 12, 12th. 13, 13th. 14, 14th. 15, 15th. 16, 16th. 17, 17th. 18, 18th. 19, 19th. 20, 20th. 30, 30th. 40, 40th. 50, 50th. 60, 60th. 70, 70th. 80, 80th. 90, 90th. 100, 100th. We also say 100. 1,000, 1,000th. 1 million, 1 millionth. 1 billion, 1 billionth. So these are the basic numbers. They offer you lots of practice on sounds. For example, the TH sound in English, which a lot of people struggle with. If you can get that th, then that's a useful sound. It makes your English sound more natural, although people will still usually understand you if you say t. The V sounds on 5 and 12. V. The V sound on 7 and 11. A lot of people mistake and make a W. So you want to get a V, bite your lip instead of W. The X at the end of 6. A lot of people mispronounce and say sick. So try and watch for that. On our ordinal numbers, you'll notice after first, second, third, almost everything's a TH tagged on the end. This is an unvoiced th sound, so it's quite quiet. And when you saw me speaking, I exaggerated the fourth and stuck my tongue out to emphasize the th, just really to show you that the sound's there. It can be difficult to say, but a little practice and you'll be able to do it. So these are all the numbers you need to learn in order to say any number that you want in English. And just to demonstrate that, we'll take a look at a larger number. So here we have a large number. We read from purple, blue, green, yellow onto the red after the point here. Hundreds, thousands, millions, and billions. So in English, when you're reading a number, we just say each group of 3. Okay? We start with the furthest to the left here, 103 billion. So we only need 103. We put the and in. Most people will say that, but you can leave it out. The next group of 3, 456. And then tag on million. The next group, there's no hundreds, so we just say 89,000. We don't need an and here. In the last group, if there was a 0, we would say and. And the final group of 3, 171. The decimal point, we say point. And every number after that, we just read each digit, 182. So altogether, this number is 103,456,089,171.182. All those numbers from the sheet before. If you wanted to make that an ordinal number, it's exactly the same, and we just change the last digit. It's a 1, so we would say first. 103,456,089,171. You can't have 0.8182 in ordinal numbers. There's no decimal place. So they're really easy to say, and practicing saying numbers every day will mean that it's easy without having to think and convert from Thai. And you'll find that converting from Thai is more difficult because you have sen and mun, and we don't have those in English. So get used to you grouping the numbers in little packs of 3. Okay? So that's how we say the numbers, and it can help your pronunciation and confidence if you get used to reading them. Let's move on. Let's take a look at dates. In English, we tend to say the date in 2 main ways, and we'll call them British and American, although in both countries we'd use both. In Britain, we tend to say the day, the month, and the year. In America, we tend to say the month, the day, and the year. So We'll take a look at those later. But let's start by looking at the year itself. How do we say a year? Well, for most years, we split up the year into two parts. The first two digits, the hundreds and the tens. So 1900 is 19, and we say the two zeros as 100. 1901 or 1901. 1995. That changes on the millennium. The millennium, 1000 or 2000, if anyone's around 3000. So on the 1000 years we change it a little, and instead of 2000 we say 2000. 2002. 2010. Normally, with 2000 until 2009, we don't split the year. We just say 2001, 2002, 2003. After 2010, 2010, we can split again. 2010, 2011, 2021. But it's still most common to say 2021. When we say the dates, in British format, we tend to have day, month, year. So our example here, the day, 1, the 1st, the month, January, and the year. When we speak, we tend to add the and of. The 1st of January, 2010. In America, they would swap. And they'd have month, day, year. January 1st, 2010. January the 1st, 2010. So again, we normally add the before the ordinal number. Although you can leave that out. A couple of reminders when we talk about dates. If you're just using a year, we use the preposition in. I was born in 1999. Same for months. I was born in August 1999. But if we use the complete date, or we're talking about a day, we use on. I was born on the 12th of May, 2000. I was born on Monday. So we can use on with a day, in with month and year. You might also come across a couple of abbreviations at the end of dates. You might find people saying BC or AD. This really is in the Christian calendar or the Greco-Roman calendar. We'd have the year 0, which is when allegedly Jesus was born. Everything after that in the future is AD. So this year is 2021 AD. As we go back, it's BC. And we count backwards. So we have 0, 1, 2, 1,000, 10,000, dinosaur time, 65 million years BC. So you might find those added to numbers to give you an idea, and they just mean before Christ, or Anno Domini in Latin, which is the year of our Lord. So they're kind of Christian references. Obviously in Thailand you use different date formats for this year 2564. So that's a little pointer on using dates and how to say them. We use these for appointments, for scheduling meetings, or when we do things. So they're a useful thing to practice again. Okay, let's take a look at the last thing I want to point out, which is really about written communication here. Quite often we write numbers using just the number, with dashes or slashes or dots. And if you see something written down like that, it's a date. So the example here the 13th of November 2010. And we can see the British and American formats, day, month, month, day. Easy. Because one of the numbers is 13, it cannot possibly be a month. There are only 12 months. But that becomes a problem when it's not. So for example, if you write 4/8/2011, that's the 4th of August 2011 in Britain, but it's April the 8th, 2011 in the USA. Imagine a situation where you type an email to a customer confirming delivery of products in 3 months, and you write 6/7. Is that June the 7th or July 6th? So it's important to make sure we clarify. Often, if you're not sure, write the word for the date to be clear. And if someone emails you like that, just clarify. You can't even be sure if the person is American or British. They may be working for a British or American company and follow their standards. So just avoid confusion. It can be a problem. And using different systems is a major issue in intercultural communication. So please be aware of it and take precautions when you're communicating. Okay. The last thing we're going to talk about are 3 different ways people may tell you the time. So if you're having plans to schedule a meeting with colleagues, they may tell you, let's meet at 4:15, or let's meet at 4:15, or 16:15. And all of these are the same thing. So we'll look at each of the 3 ways for telling the time. Often called the British system, past and to. Here, for the first 30 minutes after an hour, we use the term past, that hour. So 12 o'clock, and then 12, the next 5 minutes, 5:12, 10:12, 12:15, 20:12, 25:12, 12:30. From then on, we're closer to the next hour, so we say to, until the next hour. 25 to 1, 20 to 1, quarter to 1, 10 to 1, 5 to 1, 1 o'clock. The hours and minutes system, this is really the simplest way to say times and is pretty straightforward. Again, just uses 12-hour clock. The time on the clock, you can see the hour hand, the short hand, 1. The long hand is pointing at 30. So the inside number's the hour, the outside number's the minutes. And if it was, let's start at 60, we don't say 60, we say o'clock. So again, could be 1 o'clock, 1:05, 1:10, 1:15, 1:20, 1:25, 1:30, 1:35, 1:40, 1:45, 1:50, 1:55, 2 o'clock. Notice we use O for 1:05. We tend to put that in, but you can just say 1:5. It's much more common for English speakers to say the O. The last system's a 24-hour clock. You'll often find this used in scheduling for planes, trains, things like that. And instead of going from 1 to 12 morning and 1 to 12 in the afternoon, it just carries on counting 1 to 12, and then instead of 1 in the afternoon we have 13, 14 up to 24. That means there can't really be a mistake about whether we mean morning. I'm flying tomorrow at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. morning or 6 p.m. afternoon. So we'd be 0600 hours or 1800 hours. So in the morning, we would start with O 0100 hours, 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. And just like the hours and minutes, we just say the minutes as a time. 0110, 0115, 0120. If it was 1 in the afternoon, 1310, 1320. There are some examples of that here. Looking at the 3 clocks. 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock. We might use AM or PM to define morning, evening. With past and to, we'd say it's 6 in the morning, 6 in the evening. And it's 0600 hours, it's 1800 hours, it's 6 o'clock. It's 6:05, it's 5 past 6, it's 6:05. It's 06:05. So we tend to use this O with the hours for the 24-hour clock. This is sometimes referred to as military time. 6:15, it's 6:15, it's 06:15, or it's 18:15. It's 6:30, it's 6:30, it's 06:30, or it's 18:30. It's 25 to 7, it's 6:35, it's 06:35, or it's 18:35. It's 6:45, it's 6:45, it's 06:45, or it's 18:45. It's 5 to 7, it's 6:55, it's 06:55. And finishing off, it's 7 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock, it's 0700 hours, it's 1800 hours. So those are examples, and if you hear someone speaking, saying a time you don't really recognize, it's probably one of these 3 systems, and just work through, practice using them. You'll find them really easy. So a couple of points to remember. With the hours and minutes, we use AM and PM, where it's necessary to point out morning or afternoon. Most of the time we don't bother, because I eat breakfast at 6 o'clock. Of course I mean AM, morning. It's obvious, we don't need to clarify. I eat dinner at 6 o'clock. Dinner is an evening meal, so it's PM. Again, I don't need to say that. But if I said I'm flying to England at 6 o'clock, it could be a morning or an evening flight. So I'm flying at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. When we're using minutes, from 1 to 9, we add the O. It's 6:01, 6:02, 6:03, and so on to 6:09. Just because it's natural for English speakers to add O. With past and to, we'd add in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. When we say past or to, in multiples of 5 minutes, we leave out the word minutes. We just say it's 5 past, it's 10 past, it's quarter past. But if we're more specific, for example, 6:01, it's 1 minute past 6, or 6:39, it's 21 minutes to 7. We really do that as a way of showing we're being accurate. When we tell the time, we often round up or down to the nearest 5 minutes. So we just show we're being a little more precise by saying minutes. If you leave it out, it's okay, people will understand, but it's more natural to put it in. The 24-hour clock, as we said, sometimes this is called military time. We often use that on timetables. So if you're ever traveling, or if you want to practice, have a look at times for flights and read those, and it'll help you practice using the times and convert them to other formats. Last thing I want to cover today is a few little symbols you might come across when you're using numbers. If you're doing any kind of mathematics, you might see these symbols down the left-hand side. So, the first one, 2 dashes equals, 6 equals 3 and 3, 3 plus 3. A plus sign when we add things together. So we say plus. 2 plus 2 equals 4. A dash minus. 4 minus 2 equals 2. We also use that when we talk about negative numbers. If you think in a country where we have lots of snow, the temperature drops below 0, less than 0. It's minus 10 degrees outside. So we use minus in that way as well. The little x we use times or multiplied by. 2 times 3 equals 6. This little symbol, the dash with a dot above and below, often represented now with a slash. Divided by. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. The dot before the numbers we saw already, a point. So for example, the mathematical concept of pi. Pi equals approximately, around about, 3.14. It's an irrational number, so it goes on and on forever, but around, close enough to. And finally, percent. The percentage symbol when it's the ratio, an amount out of 100. He scored 62% in his final exam. 62 out of every 100 proportionally. So those are a few things with numbers. We use them for money, for shopping, for weighing goods in the grocery store, for traveling distance. So we use them all the time, and practicing them will be very useful. Good luck with that, and we have a few exercises for you to read and practice some numbers and dates. Please try those before moving on. Good luck with your English. Goodbye.